Hi, my name's Corey, and this is my wife, Lauren. We're from Texas and currently live in Nuevo Gorgona, Panama, and we have been here for 19 months.
So we started looking at coming to Panama in 2021 and took probably a good 3 months, I would say, really researching and just trying to see if Panama worked for us. It was not ever in our plans to move away from our very small Texas town. We figured that we would just stay there forever. But we had just really busy lives. I had a very stressful job, and Corey had a business, and we just were constantly going and blowing, and it felt like we didn't have as much family time as what we really wanted. And so we just kind of, one day we were just joking around about just selling everything and trying something different. And the more we talked, I think we talked ourselves into it. Years ago, I had read an article about Panama being kind of the up and coming next place for expats. And so we started looking into it and really couldn't find any red flags, immediately. There were things that we knew we would have to adjust our current lifestyle to, but that was kind of part of the adventure. And so just amongst ourselves, we talked about it. And that was also during the time that the Friendly Nations visa was changing. So we knew that we had to kind of make a decision if that was what our plan would be.
Correct.
And that's also kind of how we found Jackie, was through the research. And because we were so busy at the time, it just really made sense for us to go ahead and buy her online guide to help kind of navigate the waters and just really figure out what to do and what steps. And to me, I think both of us really, that's been invaluable. We found our lawyer through the guide, and he has been phenomenal. We still work with him to this day because he just is a really stand-up fellow. And there was just so much information that helped us really kind of solidify our plan and continue to move forward.
At the beginning, we were going to travel the country and see which place was the best for our business and our children to go to school. And I believe we were going to start out in Petitsi, and quickly learned that it's a beautiful place, but it's not a place to have our business. So we switched to Rio Hato and rented a house for a month to check it out, and quickly realized that it was still not where we needed to be for the business or the kids. So then we chose to relocate to Nuevo Gorgona, and it has turned out to be where we need to be. The kids have school close, I'm able to have my business close, and we love it here. Illumitech is known for customizing boating accessories such as leaning posts, tops, boarding ladders, and much more. Illumitech is located in Nuevo Gorgona and has 20 years experience in the marine industry, specializing in aluminum and stainless steel welding and fabrication. We are located near several major marinas and offer mobile solutions.
We took the advice that we had been reading and hearing from others of renting first and just getting boots on the ground to figure out the location. So as Corey mentioned, we started in Rio Hato, gorgeous, but the kids started quickly making friends, and all of their friends were more in the Coronado, Nuevo Gorgona area. The kids decided that they wanted to go to an international school, and there's one located here in Nuevo Gorgona, so that made it really easy too. And they have so many friends, and I feel like they have a more social life than what we do at times, and it's just a really good area for young families.
I'm Carson.
I'm Carly.
I love it. It's gonna be so long. I'm Carson.
I'm Carly.
And I'm Cheney.
I had no issues making friends whatsoever. Again, I was worried about it, but it was really easy. you're never going to be bored. If you go out and do something, you'll meet people, you'll go explore, you'll understand the country, you'll understand the language. You just have to put yourself out there. You might have to step out of your comfort zone because, I think that's what we all did. And once we did it, we figured out that it was easy.
On the weekends, we go to Las Terrazas in Coronado and kind of just like walk up and down, go to the restaurants. There's a movie theater that I go to quite a bit with my friends. And it's like really safe for a bunch of us to go. And I really enjoy it. And we like going to the beach and the pool. And I went to the city the other day with my friends, just walked around the mall, went shopping. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoy coming down here because it's a really beautiful country and everybody is really nice. Like you don't have to be skeptical about like not meeting new people.
Panama is a really fun place and it has so many adventures that I never knew until we moved down here. And there's this one place that I really like to go to. It's called Bocas del Toro and it's really fun. We go down there for trips sometimes. And I like snorkeling there and it's just really fun.
When we were first coming down here, I was like, I know no Spanish. But then we got on Duolingo or Babbel and it helped us learn the basics where we knew conversation Spanish, where we could like go to the restaurants and order food or talk to like some people that don't know any English. And that's the really cool part is that you just get to talk to people you never knew you could talk to. Moving down here is just such a cool experience that you never thought you would ever be able to have. So if you are concerned about moving down here with your kids, just don't be. It's such a cool place to be.
So when we first started looking for a place to land, we also quickly realized that Panama is a small country and everybody knows everyone. And we made friends with a family who happened to be staying in the Volcan area, who ran into a fella that knew the owners of our current house. And they were looking for renters, but they were really picky on who they wanted to rent to because they just didn't rent this place out normally. It's a large home. It's 5 bedrooms and 6 baths. And it's really nice because each of the kids have their own space and they're not on top of each other. And we also brought a dog from Texas and relocated her. So she kind of has her own space to run and play as well. What was important for us when we talked about the move to the kids was that we were going to live in a beach town. We knew we wanted that. We also knew we wanted a pool. And this place just checked all the boxes. It has a really nice infinity pool that directly overlooks the beach. And so we can people watch and the kids have a good time.
And you have a view of the mountains as well.
We're right on Fisherman's Beach. And so we also get that Panamanian culture, which was important for us as well. We really wanted the kids to integrate into the Panamanian culture and they get to see that every day. And the place is just, it's worked out very well for our family.
Absolutely.
Plus, our family comes to visit. My parents come pretty frequently, and then we have friends that come frequently. And so everybody has their own space when they come and visit. And it's like going on vacation, a real vacation for them. And for us, it's just real life now. And it's pretty cool. Our area is really, it's a nice area for expats because we have so many stores. It's a little bit more incorporated than where you see in other places in Panama. So lots of grocery stores and shops, and you can find anything that you need in Panama. I was a little skeptical whenever we were packing to come. When we moved here, before our container arrived, we brought 17 suitcases with us, and in one of those suitcases was about 30 pounds of spices because Corey's an avid barbecuer and he really likes to cook, and so I was nervous that we weren't going to be able to find our certain Texas spices that we enjoy, and so we had an entire suitcase dedicated to that. And then we got here and started exploring, and we were seeing the same spices that we brought with us in some of the specialty stores here in the Coronado area. So where we didn't think we could find what we needed, we can. And if we can't find it, then Panama City's just really, for us, it's not a long drive, just because I guess we're from Texas and we're used to driving. So we don't mind going into the city. Even with Corey's business, sometimes that he needs certain material, and he can find that. He can run into the city and you've not had a problem, I don't think.
No problems. And if I can't find it, then I'll just order it from the States and have it shipped over. Just wait for 2 weeks and it's here. As long as you're not in a hurry, it'll get here. It'll make it.
So for us, if we run into the city, which we do frequently, it's about an hour and 15 minutes or so, depending on the traffic, but it's relatively close. And I would say it's a pretty easy drive.
Very easy drive.
And then whenever we go to the main airport, the international airport is about an hour, 40 minutes. So it's super easy and convenient. Like I said earlier, we're always having friends come stay with us, or our family. So it's pretty easy just to run up to the airport and pick them up. And if we're not available to go pick them up because we're either running kids around or you're working the business, there's so many different shuttles in the area and different people that are that's their business, and it's really
and it's
convenient.
priced so well that where it's an easy convenience.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, out of everything that we did to prepare coming to Panama to just getting here, I mean, it was all stressful because it's just, especially moving a family of 5. However, the container was probably at the top of our headaches. We had just a few different issues that maybe in the grand scheme of things weren't major, but it was enough little things, such as making sure the ATV title had been properly stamped in Miami before coming here. And that was kind of during the process. So it kept being delayed. We had small things that were delaying us. So where we had anticipated getting the container here in like maybe a 3-month time frame, it ended up being closer to like 7 months, I would say.
Yes.
And because we were relocating the business, well, that was a huge issue for us, because that was, now kind of tapping into that livelihood. So when the container got here, well, now it's rainy season. So we moved here, it was dry season and beautiful, and we didn't have to worry about anything. And by the time it got here, we just we thought where we were setting it was, solid ground, and then the crane got stuck and the truck got stuck. And so, it was just some things that we had not anticipated. We realized, I guess, after that experience, that things just really go a little bit slower, and you can stay on top of your shipper and contact them consistently, and still you might have a little bit of an issue. So kind of give yourself a little bit more of a time frame, as opposed to where in our mind, man, we were going to have it set within 3 months, and that just wasn't the case. It was important for us when we moved here to be able to travel around and see the country. We wanted to take the kids to all the places that we had seen when we were doing our initial exploring. I had read so much online about how to purchase a vehicle, or if you needed somebody to help you. And we just decided to dive in by ourselves and purchase new vehicles, because we figured that was the safest route, as opposed to
Buying used.
Yeah, buying used. We went into Costa Verde, which is about 45 minutes from here. It's another nice little hub of a city, and they have lots of new car dealerships. And so we purchased my car first, and it was the easiest process ever.
Way easier than anything you ever buy in the States.
For sure. I mean, we literally walked in, we already kind of knew what we wanted. The sales associate was so nice and accommodating. We were done in probably 3 hours, if even that long. The only thing that was different, we did not know, is that when you purchase a new car here, you usually have to wait about 7 days for the paperwork, and then your car comes from the city. And so we had a little bit of a waiting period. So we still had a rental vehicle during that time, but the overall process was seamless. So then when Corey opened his business, he needed a commercial truck, which actually required a different type of driver's license than the normal one that you need just for a regular vehicle. So where we had gone to the embassy and done that route for obtaining Panamanian driver's license, which was super easy. He ended up having to actually take the written test and do the driving.
Which wasn't too bad. I'm sure you'll hear horror stories, but it's 150 question paper, and you take 10 questions out of there, and that's what you have to pass. No big deal. Panama is a short drive away. It's equally 45 minutes the other way from Nuevo Gorgona. Very easy to get to. You have to drive a vehicle there on premises. You have to drive their vehicle. Got my license, went and purchased a Kia in Costa Verde, and the process was seamless, just like it was with Lauren's car.
We've been here nearly 2 years, and often we get asked the question on, do you regret your decision? Are you still happy with your decision? And I think we can solidly say that we are still really happy with our decision.
Extremely happy.
The hardest piece for us moving was moving away from our family and our friends. We miss them like crazy, but we see them as often as possible. We leave every Christmas to make sure that we're home with our family during that time. To get out of the rat race and really just spend time with our kids and have this moment with them, and them experiencing a new culture and a new way of life has just really been invaluable. I feel like they're gonna be more well-rounded because they're introduced to so many different cultures here and different ways of living and lifestyles. And it gives them a glimpse into just really how the world is, as opposed to, we love our small Texas town. The kids were gonna graduate from the same high school that I graduated from, the same high school my parents graduated from. And so we loved our town, but to give them just kind of the world view from a different perspective has really been invaluable. And I think that it will help them, or we hope that it helps them later on in life, just to have a different appreciation for all the different cultures around the world.
And I will say also that, like with the cost of living, if you choose to live the high life, you can live it. If you choose to live the Panamanian slower pace, then you can live it. If you choose to bring the rat race with you, then you can do that as well. And this is just not the place for it. This place offers you the slower pace. It's really easy. It's really easy to live here.
So as you can see, we've really settled down well in Panama. This transition was so smooth, so much smoother than really we had anticipated. And I just credit that really to having Jackie's online guide. It just was full of information. It kind of also took the worry out of maybe finding somebody that you just weren't sure what their reputation may be. You know, everybody that she has, they're all fully vetted. Lots of people have used the individuals. So it's something that you can trust. That just took the worry out of moving here. Also, if you don't want to just do the online guide and then kind of drive around like we did, she also offers the tours. And so you can come and be part of a tour as well, and you're seeing the different towns and what the towns have to offer, and you know what amenities are there. So for us and our family, I think that buying the online guide was so well worth the money spent, and the information we still use to this day, even though there's days that we think, oh, well, we've been here almost 2 years. We kind of know what's going on. But there's still times that I flip back and look to see who she's recommending for different things. We really love Panama, and there's so much to see. So if you want the beaches like us, we're from the Texas Gulf Coast, so we knew we wanted the beach. But if you don't, there's the cooler atmosphere in the mountains of Boquete, and even just right up the road in Altos del Maria. It's nice and cool there as well. So there's different climates throughout Panama. That's what makes it such a unique country, is that really there's a place for everybody. So whether you don't mind sweating like we don't, or if you want that cooler climate where you don't need to run your AC or worry about, how much AC you're running, then there's Boquete and Volcan. So really just whatever you're looking for, Panama really offers it.
One of the neat features of Panama is the fact that you can go from one ocean to the other in a day's time, enjoy in the Caribbean, and then come back to the Pacific.
And that is just what I think makes the country so unique. And not to mention, it's stable, and we feel like, you know, the economy is stable, and we're not having to worry about different things. So really, Panama's is a great country, and everybody should come and check it out. I really encourage people to come and see Panama for what it's worth and all of its beauty.
See you in Panama.
Panama.